Grab your glasses, everybody. It's time for a Moonshine Safari.
Welcome to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, this is episode 21.
21.
21.
It can drink.
It can. It can. It can drink.
What else can it do? It can gamble.
It can gamble. It can go to Vegas.
It can go to Vegas.
Ooh. Well, you can go to Vegas even when you're not 21.
That's true. You just
gamble.
Can't gamble, which is
anything. Can't loiter.
a big chunk of the reason for going to Vegas.
Right, can't loiter and watch people.
That's right.
That's the fun part. Hey, thanks for coming by, everybody. We want to thank everyone for your support and everything that you've been doing and watching and liking and subscribing and all that good fun stuff. We got some shout outs for you today. First off, we want to wish a happy Hanukkah to everybody.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
everybody.
Hanukkah. Yeah, it is Hanukkah. And you're listening to this on the second day. If you're listening to it posted, we're recording it actually in the evening
Of the second day.
Because we didn't do it this weekend.
So it just started.
It just started on Sunday night. So happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah.
We also want to do a shout out, happy birthday to Dina's nephews. Happy birthday, you guys. We'd also like to give a shout out to our listeners, Betty Kirk.
Hi, Betty.
Mia Prentice.
Hi, Mia.
Mudblood.wizards.
Oh,
I know, right?
Right after my own heart.
Wailing.Jennings fan.
Hi, Waylon.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. And
By the way,
hey,
we are Waylon Jennings fans.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Hey, if you enjoy the show or you think it's a kick or you think it's a ride or you think it's just crap and it's like something and you want to like torture your friends with it, send them the link.
Yeah, please share.
Please share the misery with your friends if you don't like the show.
We have
but if
to
you
share
do
our
like
misery,
the show,
so you should share our misery as well.
Exactly. So if you would do so, that would be great, and then we can just continue to grow this crazy Moonshine Safari
thing,
the community or whatever
adventure.
And we are broadcasting from Moonshine Safari Studios here in the state of Arizona.
Amazing, Gilbert, Arizona.
Yes, thank you so much. Hey, thank you guys for stopping by. Coming right up, what are we listening to?
What are we listening to?
Talking about music, y'all. Coming back. Be right back.
What's Josh listening to?
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, this is our music segment. Dina, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, I found out that Billy Joel had announced another tour date for Arizona, which hasn't happened in 5 years. I went to the last one, and I am going to this one. So, of course, that got me listening to Billy Joel again.
There you go. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you and Robin and Del Toro and all are going to go. Me, I will be sitting out the Billy Joel concert.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know what? He's just not my thing. That's just not my thing. So it's all good. This weekend, we were just like hanging out and just listening to music. And Dina was working on pictures and stuff for Hanukkah. And we do a family Hanukkah picture every year. We've been doing this for, oh my gosh, since the kids were really
the beginning.
little.
I mean,
Yeah.
actually since before the kids.
I guess that's true. So we have, good gracious, how many years? I mean, seriously, there's we have photos going back.
Theoretically, should have 25 years worth of holiday photos.
And we do, and in the beginning they weren't really themed. We did some stuff, and now we're starting.
We went into the generic
theme stuff. The last
studios and stuff.
I say the last 10 years we've been like doing themed type of stuff.
Actually, more than that.
Is it longer than 10?
Like 12 or 13 years that we've been doing like little themes.
It's pretty cool. So we have some really cool stuff. So while she was working on that, I was listening to, yes, please don't punch me in the face, the 100 greatest 90s country songs.
That's right.
Yes. My age, I was born in 1970, so the 90s, of course, that was like the Travis Tritt and Clint Black and Sawyer Brown and Diamond Rio and Garth Brooks.
Aaron Tippin was in there.
All those guys. And so that's what I do.
Early Tim McGraw.
Yeah. Early Tim McGraw. Faith Hill was in there too.
Twain.
Dixie Chicks.
Sure. Susie Boggess. Terry Clark,
Toby Keith.
Yeah,
all those guys. It's really good. So that's what I've been listening to, and as well as playing music. We always have music on. You know that, guys. This is what we do, right? I mean, if you don't love music, I don't know if we can be friends.
No, I think you're going to get bored with us because we talk
I don't
about it a
think
lot.
we can be friends. I just don't think so. But what I would like to do is I'd like to try to bring you over to loving music. And I think, how can people just not? I don't think I've met anybody who doesn't like music.
Well, see, to me,
or some type of
I've
music.
always said that music is like pizza.
That's true.
There's a kind of music that somebody's going to like.
Right.
So it's like, if you say, I don't like pizza, that's not usually true. Usually it's, I don't like that kind of pizza.
Some kind of pizza,
But
right.
I have a certain kind of pizza I like. So it's a matter of just individual taste.
Yep.
Josh tends to be very eclectic. He will pull from different genres a lot.
See, that's funny that you would even say that. I stay within like country and southern rock kind of mostly, but that's kind of where I stand. But
I don't know. I mean, I remember Limp
and
Bizkit
blues. Oh, well,
and
that's true.
Kid Rock, which, you know, he crosses over a little bit.
Well, he crossed over a bunch, but yeah, that's
But
true.
I'm just, you know, you did some heavy metal stuff in there.
I like big hair bands.
Yeah.
I like some Molly. Oh,
You
speaking of,
got into reggae for a while.
guess what's coming? I know we're like off topic, but you know what? This is our show. We can do what we want. They're going to have a Motley Crue story on Netflix next in 2019.
See,
Oh,
okay,
that's
I'm
going
a
to be
big
good.
fan of biopics.
Because
Big fan of
you're
biopics.
not going to hear everything that went on because a lot
you
of
get
it's
to hear a
probably
lot of
illegal,
stuff.
but I'd probably get a lot of fun stuff in that. Absolutely.
Kind of like watching that Eagles biopic they did
right.
on. That was interesting.
Yeah,
So.
that's good. And of course, I listen to Blackberry Smoke every single day. So, of course. All right. And if we didn't tell you last time, oh yeah, we're going to the concert Blackberry Smoke in January. So, poop on Billy Joel. I'm looking for January.
Oh, don't poop on it.
Blackberry Smoke.
I'm a fan.
Blackberry Smoke. I know. All right. Hey, guys. Coming right up next, we're going to try and tickle your funny bone. Put a smile on that face. Turn that frown upside down. Coming right back. Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. That's Dina.
That's Josh.
Yeah. Hey, got a story for you. There was this kid. He was asking his dad. He said, "Hey, Dad, I've heard in some parts of the world a man doesn't know his wife until he marries her." The father said, "Well, son, that's true everywhere."
Ha ha.
Get ready to get your britches in a bunch. It's time for Peeve of the Week.
Welcome back, everybody, to Moonshine Safari. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, it's time for Peeve of the Week.
Uh-oh.
And Dee and I both share this peeve because, unfortunately, we have to deal with this
Fairly consistently.
and we'll get into this a little more later
in the
show.
story as we go.
But Dina has MS.
It depends on what.
Well, it depends
day
on
it
what
is.
doctor you ask and what
Who you
neurologist
ask.
you talk to. She either has MS, she has small fiber neuropathy, or Lyme disease, or whatever.
Or a combination
the heck
of, actually, at the moment, it's multiple sclerosis, which, by the way, I've had that diagnosis since 2004, and small fiber neuropathy, which is a new one to add to my
Combination.
list. A combination.
Combination. Hey, my peeve is doctors. New doctors, because we actually went to a new doctor and did like how you do the whole meeting and stuff and establishing care and blocky blah blah, and you've sent all of your paperwork and all of your MRIs and everything that you know about yourself, and all your doctors are sending there, and you've given them ample time, and when you show up, they don't know anything about you.
Well, and anyone who has any kind of a chronic condition can understand that you pretty much have a file that you live with on your computer that you add to all the time of your medical stuff. And it has test results and it has all this stuff, so that when you do establish care with a new physician, you can send them that information so that they're not asking for it from 25 different doctors. So anyway,
Yeah.
The idea is to make it a little bit more convenient for them, but it would be nice if they returned the paper.
Well, it'd be nice if they actually read it before you came in, and instead of just glossing over things,
Have some
and just
idea who you are,
and
yeah.
actually look at what's been done and think for yourself, because you went to school and probably have debt, and you're a doctor and you think you're smart, but you know how foolish it makes you look when you come in and the patient is, we're paying for your expertise. We're paying for that. It's not free. We're paying for it. Now, if you don't have insurance and the government's, you're still getting paid. The taxpayer's paying you doctors, or we're paying you doctors. Someone's paying you doctors for your expertise. Now, you should do your due diligence. If you're going to take a patient, look at all of their charts and do what you were trained to do, not what the insurance companies have trained you to do.
Well,
do the right thing.
And the thing is, there might be a lot of people who are just sort of more intimidated by doctors. At some point, if you have a condition that you have to see doctors a lot, at some point you start to lose that and you go, okay, do I need to fire you? Or,
right. Well, we were always taught,
and it's not to be a pill.
I was always taught that doctors, they're a profession that is respectable. They spend a lot of time in college. They're knowledgeable. They know these things. What we've learned is they're human beings that are just as lazy and incompetent as the person who screws up your freaking order down at the McDonald's. They're the same type of people. Somehow they skated through, or maybe they did get through medical school.
Maybe they worked really hard.
And now they're lazy.
Still.
Or for whatever reason.
Right.
But we've ran into way too many of them, and you people out there listening, you are too. And hey, look, doctors, if you're listening to this too, hopefully you're not one. And maybe you stand up for your patients, and good for you, and that's what you should do. And actually look for the root causes and not just throwing pills. And the problem I have with that, and this gets on a whole nother soapbox, is they don't look at it and then they just go, oh yeah, I'm just going to go along with whatever all the other doctors that we thought were foolish and fired them. They're just going to go, she's just going to go ahead and go along with those idiots that just had those diagnoses. So it's like, what's the point? You guys are all
well, it comes down to the same thing as we talk about for a lot of things. And honestly, it's the same thing as with your music. You have to know yourself, and you have to know your body, and you have to be your advocate, because no one can do that for you.
That's exactly right. Hey, and that's why, and we haven't mentioned this in the last couple shows, that especially during Peeve of the Week, I have a beverage with me today. I have such a special beverage with me today.
Awesome, actually.
Robin made homemade apple cider.
Oh, and it's so
over
good.
the weekend.
She did such a great job.
It is so delicious. And of course, I had to make it hard cider. So I added a little Jack Daniel's honey whiskey. It makes it super delicious. So that helps me transition from peeve to pro tip, which is coming right up.
That's right.
Get out your notepads. It's time for Pro Tip of the Week.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to this Moonshine Safari. This one right here.
This one here.
This Moonshine Safari.
Sorry if you heard me. It just hurt my foot.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, my goodness. Seeing all the things and things clunking and kids shutting doors and everything. Anyway, hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Sorry about the rant. No, I'm not. You know that's my peeve, or our peeve, so we peeved.
And by the way, here's another rant. If you guys are enjoying the show, please like, subscribe, share. I know I hate this when everybody else does it, but it's necessary, so please.
Go down to the box below and
Right.
click the subscribe button, and then go by the little bell and click that so you get notifications. You know how it goes, right? Everybody does that.
That's
and
right.
then people go, no, because you said I'm going to dislike you and I'm not going to do it. Nah, it's fine. I don't care. Just do what you want. Hey, if you like us and want to support us, great. If you don't, tell us
we're
to
trying
F
to
off
build
and
this
we'll do
community.
something else.
That's it.
fine.
We're trying to build a community. So.
Hey, it's pro tip time.
Pro tip.
Guess what the pro tip is, Dina?
What is it?
Hey, doctors, read the charts. Pro tip from a non-medical person.
Okay, and honestly, that can go for a lot of different professions. But if you're meeting with somebody and you have an opportunity to have their information about the subject you're meeting with them in advance, look at it.
Yeah. Also, here's another pro tip. You doctors who, we've met some really nice doctors. We have. I'm not trouncing on every doctor. We've met some good ones, but I can't tell you yet have I met people in the front of the doctor's office that I would trust with anything. These people are so incompetent. These people are so disconnected from what they should be doing. I have witnessed and I don't go to doctors often, very often, but the naturopath I go to, their front group is I can't. I don't have the words. It's just, yeah. Anyway. So you get my meaning. I don't even have the words because I'm going to start cussing, and I just, which is normal for me, but I try not to do it on the show because little kids might be listening.
Okay, well, full disclosure too, we've never worked, either one of us has ever worked in a doctor's office. That said, there's still something to be said about common customer service, common courtesy.
Basic.
There are things that we have,
things.
because we've both worked in customer service industry, so it's not like we don't understand.
Hey, if you're sitting in the front of a doctor's office and you're greeting patients and you're writing down schedules and you're doing stuff, that's customer service, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm a patient. I'm a customer. I'm paying for the medical service. That makes me a customer, client, patient, whatever you want to call me. But if I'm giving you my credit card or my insurance or my money, damn sure I'm a customer, and you better treat me like one. Okay, so anyway, that's the pro tip. Read the charts.
It bleeds into the rant.
And train your people up front, please, because it makes you look foolish. It really makes you look incompetent yourself.
Don't hire your nephew if he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right? Just because he might wear the right kind of Abercrombie and Fitch kind of, I don't even know if I said that right. I don't even know what the kind of clothes those are. I don't even know what that is, but anyway, it just sounded right when it came out of my mouth. So, yeah, I don't know. And if you wear those clothes, that's fine. I don't. That's not my thing, but if you do, that's great. But I'm just saying, you kind of get the idea. Yes, I'm stereotyping. Yeah, absolutely. That's
We're
what
just
I
saying
do. I'm
make
just
sure
being
that
honest.
the people can handle the job. Right. That's all.
Absolutely. All right, enough of that, because that was kind of a pro tip mixed with a peeve and
the peeve
rants
still.
and shit.
That's
But
true.
anyway, okay, hey, coming up, story. Guess who's going to be born?
Shh. Quiet and listen. It's time for Marriage Story of the Week.
Welcome back, everybody, to Moonshine Safari. It's story time.
It's story time.
So pick up your glass of your favorite beverage and
Once
kick
upon a
back
time.
and relax and listen to the
Ongoing saga. that
wonderful.
is Josh and Nina's life.
Yeah. So, last time if you've not kept up with the story and you're just joining us today, then you have 20 other episodes prior to get caught up to, and you can go back and do all of that and then come back to this one. Unless you like to read the last pages of the book first and then go backwards, which Dina likes to do that.
I do that.
Yeah, she does that. So
It removes the stress.
last time we talked about, a couple of times we talked about, Dina got knocked up again, right? She got knocked up again, and I think I told you before, when she got pregnant with Robin, I knew right off the bat that it was going to be a little girl. I just felt it in my bones. I just knew it, and a lot of it was because of my family and my dad's side of the family had all girls. My mom's side of the family had one boy. I was the only boy on my dad's side of the family until my brother was born 10 years after me. But so we have the news that Dina just thought about getting pregnant, so she did. We talked about that last time.
That's true.
That's right. You just thought about being pregnant, and you did.
I didn't seem to have a problem getting pregnant.
Right, and you did. And, what was this pregnancy like?
Well, like you said, I pretty much decided, and there it was. Went to my awesome OBGYN that I had. So, as you can know, I don't poo-poo all doctors. He was the best doctor I have ever had. And he, like Josh has told you, he since passed away, but he was awesome. Got started with him. The pregnancy rolled along fairly simply, honestly. I had very little morning sickness. I will tell you that for years after the pregnancy, I had a hard time even watching the movie The Little Mermaid, because I was nauseated during The Little Mermaid, and just seeing the opening sequence of
I remember
the
that.
show,
When was it that you were actually able to watch that again?
It's in the past few years that I've actually not gotten nauseated just watching it.
That's
it's crazy.
awesome.
But honestly, my pregnancies, everybody's going to have a little bit of that. My pregnancies were pretty much textbook. So my blood work was always good. I never had sugar problems, high blood pressure, nothing. Moving along, I mean, like it said, it just went as it went, and then got all the way to labor time. Well, getting to my due date a couple weeks before, and everybody asking when, and it's like, I don't know.
I was still working at the same Walgreens that I actually was working when Robin was born. I was still working at that one. I had moved up. I think I was an EXA by that time, and was working. And then, so what led up to...
But did we tell them how we're had? Well, they know what we had.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, I thought it was going to be a boy this time, but there was a doubt.
It was more of he was guarding himself against hoping that it was a boy, so he would rather just say it's going to be a girl. That way, if it was, then he wouldn't be.
But I kind of thought it was going to be a boy. And then we
got confirmation out of an ultrasound.
Yes, we did. And I was like, woohoo.
And here he comes.
Right. So let's talk about that night.
Well, actually, it kind of started a couple nights before, because I would sort of start the labor process and then stop and then think, all right, well, I guess it was just false, whatever. So after this false start and stop, we had one night where it seemed like it was really progressing, and then it sort of started to back off again. So we called the hospital, and they said, just come on in. Mm-hmm. We're going to check you out. So we went ahead and dropped Robin off at her Nana's house and went to the hospital. And actually, it was in the morning. We got a great nurse she was just awesome. I can't say enough nice things about her. She instinctually goes, this is your third pregnancy. I'm not liking that your body doesn't seem to know what to do at this point. It should know what to do by now. So she goes, I'd like to keep you. So she called my doctor, who also was amazing. And he said, I'm not doing anything today. I'm bored. Sure, keep her. So we spent the day at the hospital, just walking around, doing our normal stuff. They had not put me... Fun. Yeah, it was exciting. They had not put me on Pitocin or anything, because the idea was hopefully that my body would progress on its own. And then the nurse, who we had gotten from the beginning, she came in when she was ready to leave for the day, and it was going to be a shift change. And she was doing the regular check, and all the ladies and men who have been through the birth process know what I'm talking about. And she looked at another nurse and said, I have the cord in my hand, which, like I said, I was 25 years old. I think I knew everything, and I didn't go to any of the Lamaze classes. And she said she had the cord in her hand, and I thought, oh, good. Okay. Right. I saw no issue.
Where should it be?
Right. So, but all of a sudden she said, get the doctor. She didn't let go. She climbed up on top of the bed, and there were 47 people in that room before I even knew what happened.
It was crazy. I was standing there, and I remember they put Dina, they just tilted, they just put it right on her head.
Bed back.
The nurse was at her feet, hanging on to the cord. We're getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. They're trying to put scrubs on me, because they're talking about sending her
C-section
to immediately. And then we're thinking, well, what does that mean? They're like, well, we don't have time to give you a local. We're going to have to knock you out. And then, well, there was always a fear because of your mom.
Well, I was
there
always
is a genuine, there's a risk
being put to sleep. That was there's
a genuine risk when you're put to sleep like that. Absolutely. So we were very upset, and I was scared. So I'm scared, and she's scared, and we're both scared.
They're saying, hey, we're going to give you this medication. It'll take away the nausea. Well, it does, because it makes you throw up. At least it did me. Okay.
Yes.
So, of course, poor Josh is having to hold the little bin while I'm throwing up.
That's all good.
But like I said, I'm going to be, I was in that operating room within a minute and a half. I mean, it was fast.
They got her back so fast, I couldn't get in there. It was just the
And
doctor.
they made it clear that they could have the baby out within like a minute. I mean, it was fast.
It was ridiculous. It was. I remember they took me. I was watching. I was standing outside the room. There was glass, and I remember you were laying on the table, and you looked at me and I waved at you, and I'm blubbering like a baby because I'm scared. I'm scared for you. I'm scared for little Del Toro. I'm scared for what's going on. I can't be in there with you, and the doctor's there, and his back is turned to me, and then the anesthesiologist is there, and I think there might have been a nurse in there too, but I don't remember. I know there was a nurse standing next to me because she was rubbing my back as I was bawling like a baby.
Well, because, I mean, this is the second birth for our children. This is our third birth, but the second one was textbook. So
this was crazy. It was like, I was so scared. And then, so next thing I know, they put that thing on her face and she was gone. I see the doctor doing some stuff. Then I see him, what looks like chest compressions, but he's using one hand and pushing on her like really hard. Next thing I know, he's pulling out this bald, bloody, big old headed baby that's just screaming. And I'm just like, I can't, he's crying. And I'm like, that's a good sign. And
Del Toro was fine.
Yeah. The nurse said, let's go see your boy. And we went, and they were taking care of her. I carried him all the way to nursery because obviously Dina couldn't. She was knocked out.
I was out.
She was out, and she didn't come to for a couple hours. And then, so pretty much everybody got to see Del Toro first, but her.
Well, he looks like his papa.
But then they got him all cleaned up and smelling good. And then they brought him, and then she was able to see him and everything. And it was, and then my dad was there, my mom and your mom, dad, everybody was there. Everybody came and little Robin was sitting up in the bed with you, just with her big sister T-shirt on.
Yeah,
she was so
bought
proud.
her a special T-shirt.
She was so proud. So, and
well, we should say that before Del Toro came, we used to ask Robin all the time. We say, you want a little brother or sister, and she'd say, shake her head, yes. She wanted a little brother or sister, and I go, okay, you're gonna help me with the diapers, and you're gonna help me with this. And she was so excited, and she got smart after Del Toro, because you would ask her that after, and she would say,
nope.
No.
Right, nope. So. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good place to stop. What about you? You got anything else you want to add?
The only thing I would add is that our little Del Toro is somebody that we compared to Tarzan because he had this giant baby head.
His head was so perfectly round.
And they actually told me I could have pushed and pushed. I never would have got it through. Oof. And there was a lot of scarring. So either whatever happened, tough. I needed what they did ended up being the best option.
Yep. So, and he's here, so that's good.
And
all right.
Thank you to the hospital and doctors and nurses. They were amazing.
And Dr. Gordon, wherever you are,
yep.
Thank you. All right. All right, everybody. It's time for the Moonshine Safari segment. Coming right up. Hope you're thirsty.
Get out your glasses. It's time for the Moonshine Safari drinks and recipes.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that little segment of the birth of Del Toro. It was epic.
It was epic.
It was epic. You should go back and listen again if you want to, or share it with your friends. Hey, I've got a wonderful creation of a beverage.
Is it the one you already told us about?
No.
Oh.
This is called Blackberry Smoke.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you guys didn't see that coming, did you? You didn't see that coming. You didn't see Josh was going to create a drink called Blackberry Smoke. Now, there may be others out there. And if you do know of a drink called Blackberry Smoke, hey, send
up the recipe.
it. We'd like to see it. But here's mine. Stillhouse Distilleries, they make moonshine and bourbon in metal tins. I think we've talked about them before in the very beginnings of the show. We tried one called Black Bourbon. Oh, it's like brewed bourbon with coffee beans. It's yummy. It's delicious on its own. But when you mix that with some blackberry moonshine from Old Smoky Distilleries, let me just tell you, that's a whole nother kind of delicious. Blackberry Smoke.
It's true.
It's true. Dina's not a huge bourbon fan.
I'm not, but you know what? I did have some of the blackberry smoke, and I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. Hey, we found some cool stuff on some moonshine safaris we've been on lately. We've got a lot of cool stuff that we want to bring you and show you and
Very
tell you
seasonal,
about.
kind of,
And
for the
local.
holidays and all that.
And local.
And local, which is cool.
Yeah, and local distilleries. Hey, we always want to support local, drink local, eat local. We try to do that. We want to do that. There's some good chains out there, and I'm not going to, but if you can support local, do that. That's important to our community.
You can get into the economics of how much of the dollar actually stays in the community, which is a big deal. So
right, yeah, the big chains, that dollar goes all over the world. When you're local, it's helping you.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
all right, everybody, that's a wrap. I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Hey, happy Hanukkah, everybody. Listen to some good music this week. Be good to each other.
And let us know what you're doing.
Yeah. And reach out and connect with us on one of our myriads of social networking
And my goal in the next couple weeks, and I've been saying this for the last couple months, so just FYI, but my goal in the next couple weeks is to update our website, which I have not been keeping up on. So stay tuned for that. I know, it's awful.
Tisk, tisk.
And, we also should let them know that we're talking about doing maybe some little additional in-between type shows for different...
But that might be for Patreon members only.
Different interests that we have. So
Maybe later Patreon members. We might do some shows just for you guys. And they would be topic specific.
Correct.
Yeah. And it could be about a lot of different things. It could be religion. It could be music. It could be politics. It could be what color to paint the wall. It could be a lot of different things. Okay? So who knows what we
Our
can
weird
come up
obsessions.
with. Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Or Deadpool. Or Blackberry Smoke. Anyway, from the Moonshine Safari Studios here in lovely Gilbert, Arizona, we'd like to wish you a wonderful time. And shine happens, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Hey y'all, welcome to Moonshine Safari. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as well as check the description for information on our social media sites, as well as our Patreon account to help support our adventures in the Moonshine Wilderness.